Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before I talk about some credit cards that in the cashback redemption for all earnings are very good, but unfortunately have been nerfed or are removing or something similar. For example, I'm gonna be talking about in this video one credit card that are in cashback 5% for some categories, and I feel like why not try to get it now if you have the chance rather than later on potentially missing out about this card. And I'm talking about the US Bank Cash Plus. This one is a credit card that can give you 5% on two categories of your choice, limited options for sure, but you can kind of change those categories every 3 months, every quarter. For example, right now we are in quarter number 3, which that would apply from July all the way to September, and then quarter 4 would be October all the way to December. But I'm gonna have to show you more about it, how kind of looks. If we go to the website, we're gonna see this, like shows the 5% back after 2000 during this quarter period, 3 months, and you have other options like 2% on cashback on gas and maybe 1% back on other stuff, which I honestly don't really focus into those. I really only focus in this one, the big one, and right now it comes with 200 bonus. I believe 150 is the normal one, but this is after spending 1,000 in 3 months. So that seems actually a good thing. You can also see your pre-approval. This one card has two options. It has the normal one and like a secure type of version where you have a low credit. You can get that one, not have the same benefits regarding the, for example, the bonus and period that can give you for potentially 0% APR, but everything else like the 5%, 2%, 1% is still happens on both versions of this card. As something to notice is that it has a $0 annual fee, so that's fantastic. That's a card that you can use pretty much half and not really worry about it, trying to offset the price or anything. The only thing that I know this card has a foreign transaction fee, so please try to use it only in the United States. And that's one of the cards that I, for some reason, kind of hate regarding that aspect. But well, you wonder what are the two categories that this card covers. For example, it covers fast food, which I had to tell you, when it comes to fast food, this bank, US Bank, is really picky in fast food. It doesn't apply to restaurants or other stuff. It is just talking about fast food. Home utilities, mostly like gas, light, and those kind of stuff. That's what it's referring to. And this is a category that most credit cards do not cover. They cover might be 3%, but this one is 5% cashback. So that is the good thing about this one. And remember, at this scenario, I have this card, I have it for home utilities, and I have it connected to, of course, my bill, that those automatic payments, so I don't really have to worry. I know how much I spend that month. Okay, I make a little budget adjustments to see if I spend more or less. And pretty much, I just let it sit right there because I know it's gonna be working by itself. You can also have the option of TV, internet, and streaming, department stores. Like I say, it's very picky, so you have to know specific words department stores. Same thing goes with electrical stores. It does come with cell phone. Other categories in 5% that might be a little interesting would be sporting goods, movie theaters, gym or fitness centers, select clothing stores. Like I mentioned, select clothing stores. So it's something that to be really picky about, and ground transportation as well as furniture stores. Like I mentioned before, animal scenario I have it set up for home utilities and for select clothing. I do it that way because we never know when you need clothes. But really, I just need it for home utilities. Anything else, you switch depending on what I see in the future to need. And for example, fast food 5%. I already have one card that covers dining. TV, internet streaming. I already have cards that cover that. Cell phone. Unfortunately, if it's a credit card, it will charge me more. Electrical stores, department stores, furniture, um, sporting goods are things that might be something that you might want to complement your setup if you are into different credit cards. But this is really the two things that I prioritize about this card in specific. The fact that you can have two categories that you can use every quarter, 2000 maximum spending. I know it's not a lot, but I'm not. I'm expecting hopefully a lot of people spending a lot in utilities. So hopefully that other area, that other category that you ended up choosing, kind of is complements enough to actually cover the 2000 difference. But with this, I don't know what guys. What do you expect? What do you think about this card? Do you actually think about this something that you will fit? That something that you are missing in your setup, something that you might want to look for? Because I know, like as mentioned, this is cashback. There are other cards that do travel points, and they are maybe 2%, like 2x, or they might be like 3x, kind of sort of. Like, for example, if you use the Build Palladium accelerator points, that will be 3% or 3x, plus whatever you get from your rent, if you rent with that card. And that cards are like that. Or you can potentially use um, work on bundles from a specific card, work on those, and pay utilities or whatever to fit into your setup and earning more than 2% or 2x. With this, I hope you guys you have a good day and I hope I can see you later. So bye bye and thank you for watching.